Welcome back to another We Be Talking. Today's episode 17. I'm Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
Together with Cowshock. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start. You're doing some weird stuff. Obviously, nobody can see us doing anything. But anyway, let's jump into the good old anime news. Let's start with My Hero Academia is getting a stage play in the spring.
Hey.
So let's find as many ways as possible to adapt My Hero.
That becomes most like popular anime. It's like let's make some movies, let's make some stage plays, let's make some musicals, let's make some live actions. It's like let's make a video game. It's like Jesus Christ, all right, we get it.
So yeah, it's gonna be in the spring of 2019. So I guess they've either been working on it or it's a quick turnaround. So let's get the stage play out there. So interesting. I mean, if you don't want to come up with writing for your own stage plays anymore, just take something and adapt it, right?
Just take something popular, easy, done.
Yeah. Moving on from there, we got the manga for a certain idol, Accelerator, ending. It's one of its spin-offs, I guess, of Accelerator from the certain scientific or a magical index series. I guess they took him and made him an idol for a dude. They do some weird stuff with this series, man. All these spin-offs, they just go wild. They're like, let's just take this guy who brutally murders people for a little bit, and let's just make him a pop idol for a spin-off, because why not?
Easy.
But yeah, that's gonna be ending. Wasn't too long. One of my news stuff is kind of out of order, but who cares? It's no flow to anything. Don't laugh at me. Magical Girl Special Ops Asuka is premiering on January 11th. So actually this week we got a lot of premiere dates for things coming up.
I was like getting ready for that winter. That winter season, I guess.
Yeah.
Only got what, a month?
Pretty
Couple
much.
weeks, few weeks. I think it's like a month.
Yeah, something like that. So a lot of it will be coming up. I haven't really looked at what's coming up in the next season at all, actually.
I haven't either, so it'll be a surprise. Hey.
So yeah, for Magical Girl Special Ops Asuka, here's a description of the original manga description. So when the Earth is threatened by the sudden appearance of undead creatures, a group of young women blessed with powers from a mysterious source rose to defeat them. Now, after 3 years of apparent peace, the same malevolent creatures have resurfaced. 5 magical girls are once again conscripted to war as the Magical Girl Special Ops Force, defend mankind from an unholy nemesis. So
Well, it involves magical girls
and fighting zombies.
I feel like it'll
or undead creatures. Not, I guess zombies could be in there, but there's a lot more than just zombies as undead creatures. Like your
right
likes. And
I feel like it'll be popular or have a decent following. Everyone loves their magical girls, all right?
Throw in a little etchiness in there, and you got a huge crowd jumping in, all right?
You got everything you need.
Lupin the Third TV special will return for the 26th time in winter 2019. The yet untitled 26 TV special is scheduled. So
Jesus.
We already know they have a lot of movies. They have a lot of TV specials. 26.
This thing has been going on forever. Like since late 80s, maybe?
Probably.
I don't know exactly, but it's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. Lupin the Third is never going away. Never.
Just there forever. Can't get rid of it now.
Well, I mean, why not, I guess. Everybody loves Lupin. I used to like it as a kid. I obviously did not keep up, as there are 50 bajillion.
You feel like dedicating a few years to your life to catch up?
Nope. So, Girly Air Force is going to be premiering on January 10th. Yeah, that's looking at these pictures here. It's going to be another. Oh my god! I just accidentally wrote on my chair with my pen because I was flicking it around. Anyway.
Girly Air Force, huh?
Yeah. Here we go. The story follows Kay, a young man who yearns for the sky, as well as an autopilot mechanism known as anima that take the shape of young women and that can control unmanned aircraft known as daughters.
Amazing.
With the help of the anima, Griffin, Eagle, and Phantom, Kay challenges the Zai, a mysterious group of unidentified flying objects that overwhelmed humanity's air defense forces. So at first I thought the pilots were going to be the women. No, it's a guy flying women. They're planes, okay? They're just AIs that take the shape of women or something.
Or something.
Yeah, like a Cortana thing. Dude, it's just like, I don't know. They just get wild sometimes with some of their plots and premises. And a way to make sure there's enough etchiness in there to get.
You gotta show it off, all right? You gotta show what you got. I don't blame them. They know what works, all right? They got their target.
That's true. The Barbara manga is getting a live action film. It says, the writer's son is doing the live action adaptation. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, still don't care for live action, but that's neat. Neat little fact.
Well, the manga, as described here, is of his most adult and sexually charged work, Barbara.
Passing it down to your son. Giving him the talk by leading.
It was written in 73 to 74. So, old.
Very old.
Which is why I guess the only way it's getting adapted is because his son is doing it, who's 57. So
Jesus Christ. That means he's old.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't go around calling people old.
I'm sorry. I only take half of it back. Because he's still old.
The Morose Mononokean second season is set to premiere January 5th, 2019. I don't even know what the first season was about, but hey, we're getting a second season soon. I'm trying to look up, see if they have a description for the show here. They do not. Thanks. Thanks, Crunchyroll.
It's a show. Just take a stab at what it is.
They're probably like, it's the second season. If you didn't watch the first season, like, if you probably watched the first season to care that there's a second season, so you should probably know by now.
They're like, you know what it's about. All right. You wouldn't be here for season 2 if you didn't know what it was about.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Now, there were a couple announcements that were kind of big for me here. We got a new Fruits Basket anime is coming, which is pretty awesome. It's coming in 2019. I love Fruits Basket, and the new one's gonna have like a new character cast and stuff. So more of that is always great.
I have yet to see it. I do see it's a lot of people like it. At least pretty much everyone I've heard that's seen it is like, yeah, I like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend it. Add it to your long list.
All right, of course. The list that will never be completed, to be honest.
No, the list will never completed. This one I'll just put up there. That way, when we get the new season, we can review it.
Okay.
Basically, that determines how quickly I watch stuff on my list as well. It was like, oh, is there a new thing coming up that I think might be somewhat popular that we're going to review? It's like, oh, better go grind.
Right, better go.
But I've seen Fruits Basket. I might rewatch it, though, in preparation. Because it has been a bit. Yeah, it definitely has been a bit. Last week, we talked about how Gundam was going to announce some projects for its 40th anniversary. But now we have those projects. We got 5 projects. Because, Gundam, they just shit those things out, right?
I would say they go big. You don't last 40 years by just you got to give it, I guess, 5. Tell us what they are.
Yeah, we got the first one, Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin TV series. Based on the 6-part OVA released from 2015 to 2018, a re-edited edition will be aired for 13 episodes. So yeah, I guess based on the 6-part, but re-edited into 13? Is that whatever? Good one, Gundam. We got the new Gundam Build series.
Ooh.
That we don't know. That they don't have anything else about it. Following Gundam Build Fighters, Gundam Build Fighters Try, and Gundam Build Divers. So it's going to probably continue along that series. Obviously, I am nowhere caught up with Gundam. There's too many. This is probably even more impossible to get caught up than Lupin the Third.
I don't think I've actually fully watched a Gundam series. I have seen episodes from series. I don't even know if they're the same series, but I haven't actually, start to finish watched a Gundam series.
I have a few. One of the ones I did was like 13 episodes, 12 episodes. I actually own it, and that's MS-08 team. That one's actually considered to be like one of the best ones, because what I like about it is like it's not really about the politics like most of the Gundams are. It's a lot about the politics and the war and stuff, but it's like takes place following like regular soldiers who are just kind of thrown in it. So you're not caught up in all this convoluted mess of them trying to explain the politics in the world all the time, which is what a lot of the Gundam is. And then you get some battles here and there, but
right.
But 08 theme is like the only one I've really fully watched through. We got a new SD Gundam Worlds and Goku Soketsuden. So that one's coming in 2019. We got Gundam Reconquista in G, a compilation film. A compilation film based on the 26-episode series Gundam Reconquista in G. And that's to be set sometime next year. So basically they're taking the TV series and putting it into a film. That seems like, something people need. Mobile Suit Gundam, Hathaway's Flash, a trilogy film. So that's going to be based off their spin-off sequel novel of the same name from 89 to 90. So that's based off one of their old works. And they also are doing some collaboration stuff between 4 of their works. So why is it every time we do this, I finally get some annoying text?
Oh, so better.
At the same time we do this every week. Why is that? What the
you
heck?
better fix that, all right?
Worry.
I'm smashing it next time.
All right. Are you ready for the title of the week?
Oh, baby, yes.
I want to eat your pancreas.
I have heard of that one. I'd pass, though. No, thank you.
Oh, you don't want someone to eat your pancreas?
I would not. Not even if I'm dead. Like, just don't touch it.
You don't want me to eat your pancreas?
Please don't eat my pancreas.
Well, it's hitting U.S. theaters in February.
Oh, can't wait to see people be like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, this is not going to freak out the normies at all.
Right. They're like, oh, this is what you watch? This is the type of stuff you watch? Yes.
It is an award-winning novel, okay, that it's based on. I've never actually heard of it until now, so...
I've heard the title. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know too much. About two teenagers who grow closer as one suffers from a terminal illness. Probably pancreatic cancer, I'm guessing. Is that a terminal illness? Or is it just an effect thing? That doesn't kill you, but you die with it. I don't know. I don't know myself.
Now I'm intrigued by the pancreas.
Joe. Let's talk about how Hunter x Hunter is on hiatus again. I'm sure it was barely off hiatus.
No way, it's on hiatus? I can't believe it.
The series just came back from its previous hiatus on September 22nd. So he's done like 2 months, and now he's back on hiatus for another 4 years.
It's going to be quite... Okay, I'm going to make a prediction that it will never probably be finished.
Wow, like that... Well, on his track record, he's been writing it since 98, it looks like, on this hiatus chart.
Right.
He took 3 months off in 98, and then in 99 he took like... Oh wait, that's not months, those are weeks. So he took like 3 weeks off, and then in 99 he took like 15, and then just... What was this? 2009 he took like all but 2 weeks off. 1 year he took the whole off. So what do you know, man?
Quite unfortunate. It's very popular. People love it. People actually regard it as, you know, the best shonen.
Yeah, he don't care.
But I don't know if it'll ever finish, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess if you like it.
Right. Can't be my best shonen if it don't have a damn ending, right?
Exactly.
How do you know what happens?
As the person that wrote this article, my advice, watch the anime again and pretend that's the actual ending.
Oh, that's pretty much what most people do.
Because you ain't ever going to get it.
All right.
No matter how much you ask, no matter how much you pray, it's just, he's done.
He's not done yet, but...
He's done.
Okay. He's done. He's
done. Persona 5, the Dark Sun special is going to be airing December 30th. So, obviously, we watched the series, reviewed it, and then we got that crazy cliffhanger ending.
Right.
And we've had to wait for this. So now we knew it was going to be in December. Now we have the official date for December 30th.
Yeah, thank you. I need to know what happens because that was a wild cliffhanger. Especially so in anime only. I was like, what in the hell happened?
It's like, yeah, Joker's dead. He just walks off.
It's insane.
Spoiler, I guess.
Yeah, he gets shot in the head. Might as well tell the whole spoiler. We already told the part of it. Might as well. He just gets blasted in the head. All right, that's how it ends.
Me apologies, everyone. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this special because it doesn't say how long it is. I guarantee it has to be like an hour-long special. Oh well.
Here's a little interesting tidbit since we're talking about. I just literally just saw this. Since we're talking about Persona 5, so Ren,
yeah,
you know, main character's name, is tops the ranking for most popular Japanese boy names for the 3rd straight year.
Yeah, I thought I saw something like that. I thought it was on here, but it's not on this article. I don't know where I saw that then. But yeah, crazy. It is kind of a cool name.
You know, it was a pretty simple, cool name.
I don't know. I can't talk, man. I gotta We got some basic names too.
It's better than Bob.
Bob, yeah. Sorry if your name is Bob, but it's Bob.
Please, Bob's out there. We're sorry.
Yeah. Please subscribe. Girlish number Shura is canceled. The anime.
Ooh.
So
Get out of here.
the production was officially canceled, so I don't think it ever aired or whatever. So they had plans for so as they say, sad news for anime fans who are looking forward to more Girlish number. It was announced for a 4-panel spinoff of one of their mangas back in April of 2017, but now it's been canceled. So
wow, that's so. Imagine like being excited for that, like in April 2017. Like yes. It's almost 2019. You think it's gonna be out? Canceled.
It's like
wow.
Yeah, it's like even like it was in production, so it's like, man. Hold on. Citing an inability to secure production staff and concerns about scheduling and quality. How do you not secure a staff?
Oh shit.
This costs more money than we thought. We can't hire these people.
We forgot to hire animators. How do we make an anime?
We hired too many screenwriters.
Right.
It's probably they just didn't realize how much it would cost or something. And then they just couldn't afford it. Root Letter, the visual novel, is being adapted into a Hollywood film. So Hollywood is definitely picking up more anime stuff to live adapt. I don't know what Root Letter is.
Like Eastern anime. Because obviously there's animated.
It's weird because they're not picking up like something that's already been like an anime or whatever. They're picking up a visual novel.
That's very interesting, actually.
Which is strange for Hollywood. I've never actually even heard of Root Letter.
I haven't either.
I don't know my visual novels either, so I guess that's not something to go off of.
Right. We're not big in the visual novel area.
Yeah, so it's at the early stages at the moment, so it'll be a while before we see anything. There isn't even a script yet, but the producer and the rest of the team involved plan to emphasize the mystery. So basically, they got plans for it. Even if, who knows if those even come through, if there is even a live action that happens. But that's everything in anime this week. Topic wise, we're almost done with the current season. So let's just talk about it a little bit, I guess. First of all, season, like we said, we thought would be a little lackluster from what we've had to choose and everything compared to the previous seasons of the year.
This is definitely, in my opinion, I don't want to say the weakest season. It was the weakest season, I'll say it.
We're dropping one, which isn't the first one we dropped this year, though. You'll see which one we're dropping. Radiant.
Haven't we dropped
one almost every season? We didn't for
not
the
last
summer.
season, right?
Yeah, not for and I don't know if we did for the spring or not.
We've pretty much dropped one every season. We'll drop one this season.
Yeah, and then even the other ones we're watching, Surene is not bad. It's got good animation and everything, but it's not like standoutish like last season, like one we had anything last season. I think Goblin Slayer is the strongest we're watching right now for sure.
Yeah,
almost done with it. Pretty solid.
There's like a couple that are actually popular that we're not reviewing though, so I can't really speak to those.
True. I am watching a couple. As in watching, I watched the first 2 episodes and I've been so far behind on everything else. Or just trying to stay caught up on things that I haven't. They're on like episode 8 right now, and I'm still on episode 2 because I watched the first 2 episodes as Reincarnated as a Slime, which is one of the huge popular ones right now. It was all right. I don't know if it's as special as everyone's saying, but I'm only 2 episodes in, so I can't really say as
Right. The
much.
other popular one's the bunny girl one.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything about that one at all.
I haven't either. I heard it's really good though. But I think overall, I mean, obviously Tokyo Ghoul was a disaster. At least I've heard. I haven't watched Tokyo Ghoul, but we have friends that watch Tokyo Ghoul and have read the manga, and apparently they adapted, well over like 100 or so chapters into 12 episodes. So even without knowing anything, I can tell you that's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah, it's too much story to either remove or condense.
Right.
Into,
it's not gonna be good. But
Yeah.
yeah. I think our favorite so far is Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, I'm still only 2 episodes into the new season of Certain Magical Index, which
We're obviously
I
not.
enjoy that series, but it's not like a super.
We're obviously not big on sword art at the moment.
Yeah, Sword Art definitely. I know I keep seeing everyone talk about like, oh, it's been adapted so well, it's so good. I was like, I don't know, maybe because we're from the anime viewer only side,
Here, let me bring up like a mini. I don't want to say topic, but like we kind of already talked about adaptations, right?
Yeah, a bit here and there.
It's not even like a topic. I'm just gonna say a pet peeve of mine. Not that it really matters. It's just a personal thing. Is when people justify something in an anime and say, "Oh, that's how it was in the like source material." And it's like, to me, it's like, okay, well, the source material is also bad then. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, like for Sword Art Online, I'll be like, well, why did he do this? Well, that's how it was in the source material. Okay, so in the source material, why did he do that?
Or
it's
like,
weird how people like use that as a justification sometimes.
Yeah, I think I like to keep entities separate, which is why when we talk about Goblin Slayer, like I kind of just ignore the source material when we do. I'll mention it here and there, but it won't ever affect the score or anything in any way because they're
definitely
separate entities. They're told differently. They're for different audiences. Even though they're like the same story, it's still to a different audience because
right.
You're not.
They should definitely be held separately.
Yeah, because the thing about like books, visual novels, is a lot of times when you read, you have to fill in or assume or make interpretations. Kind of like use your imagination with it here and there, whereas you don't really have to do that in an anime, movies, anything like that, because it is fully there.
I see a lot of it for light novels, to be honest. Because
all for light novels.
Well, every time, and like for example, the Reddit post discussion threads, there is always a person who's like, this is what they adapted, this is what it meant happened in the source material, this. It's literally like 7 paragraphs of them like analyzing it compared to the source. It's not that there's anything wrong with that, but I only see that in like light novels or like visual novels. It's just interesting because like most other I guess anime, when they come from like manga, I don't really hear the term it's been adapted well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for example, Hero Academy, no one's ever been like it's adapted well. They just say it's a good anime. Which is strange to me, I guess.
Think about it. Yeah, you don't see that too often. And I think it's just like, I don't know, when it comes to like visual novels in general, their fandoms are completely different.
Right.
I don't know if they're just more hardcore or
kind of.
The fact that they're just reading a book, they're nerdy.
Wow.
I'm just nerds reading. Whoa, they don't even have pictures, okay?
Your book can't even get some pictures. Actually, visual novels are pretty much.
Yeah, they're a trap, dude. They're like, come look at our game. And then next thing you know, you're reading the whole game, you fucking nerd.
I'll say visual novel is pretty much an anime without motion, I guess.
It's a trap. But no, yeah, I do think there's a difference in fandoms there, but I don't know if it's just some of them are more hardcore than others, just in general. Like,
Right.
honestly, so far, I felt like the Dice Ares fan base has been like the best out of like the shows we've reviewed and stuff. They're like, yeah, there's definitely a lot of problems with this anime, right?
Right.
Or
When it
they
comes
like, or
to
like they kind of like talked with you, like, oh, this is kind of how it was. They weren't like, they never seemed condescending like Sword Art ones are, where they're always
right,
like,
exactly. Yeah, I'd say Dice Ares when we reviewed it, because we're anime viewers only. The fandom, the visual novel fandom, was actually extremely nice and helpful because they were, because coming from an anime viewer only, it's kind of like all over the place. But they like would recognize that, be like, yeah, it's kind of right. Here's like, they weren't like, well, in the source material, they actually explained it. They were like, well, they said that, but in like a nice way. They'll be like, well, in the source material, this is kind of what they skip, so that's probably why it doesn't make too much sense. So it's like, oh, all right. But if you get to like Overlord, you get people, you say one thing bad about it. Oh.
no, I don't know. Some of those like Sword Art Reddit threads, those people will go in on somebody who like says something about it. They're like, they go in all
Right.
like pushing up their glasses, like, well,
Like, I'm all for supporting your like favorite thing, but like I would still recognize like the flaw, be like, oh
yeah, I'll
yeah,
always recognize the flaws. Period. Like,
or at least acknowledge them. Well, you
yeah,
don't have to acknowledge them, just don't deny them, I guess. They'll be like, well, you're wrong. It's like, you know, every anime has flaws, all right? Nothing's perfect. No anime is perfect.
yeah. That's just
Anyway, that's kind of like we just jumped on like a tangent.
but yeah, season getting close to being done. Current season, so
My season winner so far, I'm just gonna say probably Goblin Slayer. I will try and
yeah,
watch.
I'm which one?
I will try and watch Bunny Girl.
How is that only 12 episodes or is that
I
like,
believe so. I've heard the most positive things about that one.
I think what I'll do is grind it, maybe binge it real quick because the season and the year is almost done, and we are working on the. I've been putting it together. We'll have to finish it together. Anime of the year. Um, so maybe if I binge that, I can possibly see if that's a contender for us or not. Obviously,
Right.
you would have to watch it too,
Yes.
because we can't debate about something if none of us have. If one of us has watched it, but the other hasn't.
Right.
Because yeah, we'll have to. Right now, it's 3 for sure for anime of the year. 4th, kind of hovering. Maybe we'll discuss it. Uh, Obviously, we'll have to talk about it when we do the video itself. Just to let people know, I'm doing it. We're going to do it like a Emmy kind of style with like movies, where it's like the nominees are, and then I'll show. I think I'm gonna show about a 40-second clip from each anime, like the ones that really kind of stood out.
Right.
And then at the end, we'll say which one is the anime of the year. Kind of talk about why, yada yada. We'll set up the rule sets and stuff. What does contend and what doesn't at the beginning. But that's, I think, everything for anime. And nothing else really. So let's just go ahead and start jumping into games. So we got some statistics coming right out here, right off the bat. 4 million copies is how much. 4 million digital copies of Red Dead Redemption was sold within its first week of release.
My goodness.
Digital, I think it had a total of like 17 million copies sold.
That's quite a lot.
Black Ops 4, not 2, sold 4.2 million digital copies.
I expected that.
Yeah, so Black Ops actually was the best-selling game of the year so far. Red Dead Redemption 2 is at number 2, and then Far Cry 3 is at 3. Spider-Man is at 4. So Even though Red Dead Redemption 2. So Call of Duty had the best selling game for October, even with Red Dead Redemption 2 being in that month, but I think it was that. No, that was this month. What? I don't know. I'm getting confused on some of these stats now.
That number's already no.
So for gaming sales in October compared to last year, there was a 73% increase. So, oops, I accidentally clicked a link and now I'm at a random place. There was $1.5 billion in total of sales for all games, which is a new record for October. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 was released in October. I felt like it was released in November.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, it's like I didn't realize it's been that
November's
long.
Been fast.
But yeah, so Call of Duty did outsell it in October, but Call of Duty obviously released earlier in the month. So, whereas Red Dead, I'm guessing, was right at the end. So just a couple big stats there. And then we had the top 10. The NPD released the top 10 best-selling exclusives in the U.S. since 1995. So all the way from 95 to 2018, Nintendo holds all top 10 spots. So
nice.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
They have all the top selling exclusives. So number 10, we got Wii Sports Resort for Nintendo Wii. Number 9, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Wii. Number 8, Super Mario 64 for Nintendo 64. Impressive that it's still there as like a top selling exclusive.
Right.
Number 7 is Mario Kart DS for Nintendo DS, obviously. New Super Mario Bros. At number 6 for DS. New Super Mario Bros. Wii at number 5. 4 is Wii Fit Plus for the Wii. 3 is Mario Kart for the Wii. Up there for probably between that and Double Dash for best Mario Kart without a doubt.
Yeah, we played that, so I love that. Both of them, but the Wii one was super fun. We played that so much.
Yeah, it was an absurd amount. Number 2 is Wii Play, and number 1 Wii Fit. I did not know the Wii Fit has sold so many copies. I was like, who's buying the Wii Fit? Oh yeah, I bought one for my mom.
Who is buying the Wii Fit?
Apparently a lot.
Everyone's apparently buying the Wii Fit. Damn,
Yeah.
they got everyone with that.
Yeah, so 7 of the top 10, all 5 of the top 5 are from Nintendo Wii. But that console did sell over 100 million units in its lifetime, so they did quite a bit.
If you sell a ton of consoles, it's only natural you sell a ton of games.
Yeah, and let's see. So they also revealed a list of the top-selling games of the last 23 years. So games overall. Of the all 23 years, only 5 games. You had Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Ocarina of Time, Donkey Kong 64, and Pokemon Stadium that were on the list. So those are exclusives, trumping games that were on all consoles and the list of all games. So
that's insane. All hail Nintendo.
Pretty much, they've been very strong in the scene for a long time. And if you want their exclusive, you have to get their stuff. And, I think the fact that anybody can play them of any age, families, groups, whatever, definitely gives them an advantage there. Because, you can't really, play Red Dead 2 with your 4-year-old kid or something. Like, watch me go have sex with this whore and then kill her. It's like, what the hell? You can't do that. Mario, you can go jump on a Goomba, and that's about it. So let's talk about Fallout 76, which obviously has not been doing well with the fan base. It's already on sale for $35 for Black Friday. It came out last week.
That's crazy. That's
No
actually
game
insane.
ever does that
I'll say I
unless
don't think a
it's
game
not
is-
doing well.
Yeah.
It's been out for a week, and they're like, "Oh man, it's not doing. Sell it for half price. Get it out the door." It's like,
Right. I saw a thing where right now its reviews are lower than No Man's Sky's reviews when that came out, and we all know how the No Man's Sky release was. Straight up crazy disaster.
yeah, I think some people went in with expectations that they shouldn't have, but like, it's just there's just a lot of issues, bugs, game not working well. First of all, their engine is still it's just not good. There's no other way to put it. Like, when it comes to anybody, like for Bethesda, it's kind of embarrassing. They're just this massive studio, and their games look like they're super outdated, and it's just
And they're always buggy, always.
yeah. And it's like, yeah, you expect bugs to be in open world games, like here and there or whatever, but it's just an absurd amount when it comes to Bethesda games.
Right.
Like, yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 had some bugs here and there, but it's still like, it's huge, it's polished, it looks good. Witcher 1 looks better than what Fallout 76 looks like. It's insane. It's like, come on, Bethesda. Like, and they talk about how they're going to be using like a similar engine for their new games, Elder Scrolls 6 and whatever the other one's called, Sky, whatever. Their sci-fi one. It's like a lot of people are already worried about it. It's like, yeah, engines can be upgraded and be better. Obviously, like Unreal 4 still has some of the same base from the first one back in like 98, 96 or whatever, but they've built upon it so much that it's actually fantastic looking and it does everything, whereas Bethesda, it doesn't look like that. But the main thing where I was going for the story is a customer at GameStop bought Fallout 76, was not happy with it, so he tried returning it. Obviously, there's return policies on new open copies, and he wanted the full price back and return it. Obviously, GameStop couldn't do that because it's not part of their policies. He was pissed, so he went berserk. Did you see this video?
I did not.
Yeah, he went berserk and just started trashing the store, like taking their stands, throwing them down the games. Like, dude,
Jesus.
Don't take out your angers on Fallout 76 on these people
right
in a store just trying to do their job. Like,
it's just a dude who's like, I can't. It's not. I'm sure the guy would be like, yeah, I'd love to, but I can't. And he's like, oh, really? And then just destroy everything. Next logical step. Argue. Don't like game. Want refund. Don't get refund. Destroy everything. All right, perfect.
And I was like, man, now that employee has to pick everything up. It's like, dude, you're just being an asshole. It's like you can get store credit for it. You can get some of the money back if you don't want it. It's better than just, getting nothing back, I guess. Don't buy a game, I guess. Wait for people to talk about it. You already know the game's going to be iffy. People have been talking about it for a while. The beta was atrocious. They didn't even have push to talk. It's 2018.
Oh yeah, isn't it always open?
Yes.
That's
2018. You're releasing a game without push to talk.
Yeah, that's kind of silly. Extremely silly.
When you know there's going to be a lot of streamers playing it.
Right. And just a lot of, people in general would like to control what people hear from them, especially strangers.
Exactly. And apparently there's this thing where, like, if you're making your character, you're still in the vault so other players can be there when you're making your character. So you're stuck on the character creation screen. And so this dude just went up, started punching them. So they have to listen to the sound of this guy grunting, punching them before they're even in the game trying to make their character.
That would drive me insane. I'd be like, I don't know. What's the point of a beta when it's bad? Like, it's crazy.
When that close to launch or whatever, they had their beta the week before. It's like, man, yikes. So let's move on to the next Fallout 76 story. Still, a guy got a bug where he got immortality, and
nice.
He doesn't want it. He asked Bethesda to please help give him a fix and kill him. but because my character is unkillable, and I mean really unkillable. She can even eat a nuke blast to the face and be fine. There's literally zero way she can die, even if I wanted her to, which I very much do at this point. There is a lot of things that are restricted to me right now, such as mutation farming, because I cannot cure anything. I am considered at 0 HP. So there's a lot of things he can't do in the game because his character... And it didn't happen until he hit level 40, so he's been playing a while. And now all of a sudden he has this character that he likes that he can't do anything on anymore because he's unkillable.
You won, dude. You can't die. That's it. Game over.
Yeah, and of course, when he submitted stuff to Bethesda, he only gets the generic responses as from the support.
Oh, we will look into it. Trust us. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is... So he's just waiting for the, as they say, the sweet release of death. It's normally not something you want in a game, but when you can't actually do anything because it considers you at 0 HP, but yet invincible, it's like, once again, quality game design, Bethesda. We have all these other games that are proven
I will say
they can be done.
Bethesda launches are entertaining.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Skyrim, I remember there's like elephants dropping from the sky and stuff like that. It's like, what is going on with Skyrim? It's hilarious.
It is great, but
this is not very good game design here.
Yeah, it is kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah, especially when other studios are proving they can do it better, bigger. You know, everything Bethesda used to be at the top of is now at the bottom. Even to like new studios coming out, it's just...
Yeah.
Maybe they could figure out... Oh, well, let's talk. Rainbow Six Siege is finally dropping their China censorships from other regions. So they no longer plan to censor Rainbow Six Siege.
Wow.
So they're reverting all those changes they had just done, that we talked about previously.
Yeah.
Because of all the backlash they got. Who would have guessed?
Who would have... Sometimes I feel like there is just a giant umbrella of ignorance at like gaming companies.
It's like a huge disconnect from the players or something. It's like,
right, like how do you not expect backlash? Unless they're like, wow, we didn't expect that much, but still, it's like I could have told you that in 2 seconds. I can realize, yeah, that's gonna have some backlash. I'm like, oh shit, like, right, let's undo that.
These are like big companies like that should have a marketing team who specializes in this stuff, right? A PR team who will tell you.
How long you been doing this?
It's like Blizzard, who's been in a long time, didn't expect the backlash about mobile Diablo at a hardcore fan base. Now we got Rainbow Six, like Ubisoft not knowing that their players don't want their game censored. If you go online for anything, one of the big complaints is censorship, period. Nobody likes censorship. Yeah, if you want to sell the game in China, just make your changes for China only. It's not that hard. It's already going to be separated anyway.
Right, like, I don't know. Not very smart. See, now you just wasted more time, all right?
Yeah, they wasted money to make the changes, to revert the changes. And it's like, good one. Come on, we don't... It's like, what are these game companies? Why are they so disconnected? Are they not players themselves? Are they like, you know, I would love if my game was censored.
Right, I would just... Well, hell, they won't even use guns. Well, let's just make them water guns. And they don't shoot bullets anymore. That's too violent. You know, let's just change our game entirely. It'll just be a giant beach party.
So, like, Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
There you go.
Splatoon.
Rainbow Beach Siege. Gotcha.
Perfect. Trademark that. Copyright it, whatever they call it. Riot Games is working with Marvel. So, to do the origin story for Ash.
Right, this is super cool. I think it's to, like, work on their lore universe in general.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, they partnered with Marvel to make League of Legends comics. The first project will be Ash War Mother, which will tell an origin story for the champion, who was one of the first characters added to the game. First issue is going to be released on December 19th, so that's not too far from now. And new issues coming monthly. And a graphic novel is said to be on the way in May 2019. So here we go. Here, the editor-in-chief at Marvel said many fans of the Marvel Universe and comics share their interests and passions for storytelling with the gaming community. League of Legends is one of the most well-known games in the industry, and their unique world and extensive roster of rich characters are a perfect fit for the comic books.
Right. This is actually pretty interesting because remember how we talked about, I think it was a week or two ago, what game would you like to see adapted into like a show or something? Yeah. This is obviously isn't a show, but it's kind of a step in that direction. Like,
yeah, if it goes to comics, it could go to anime or TV or whatever, right? So,
right. But I think that's cool that they're, because they obviously don't have to do this. I mean, I'm sure they calculated like this is beneficial. But I mean, going to Marvel seems to be like the best choice. It's not like they've been doing that for, it's not like Marvel's been on top of the comic game for God knows how long.
Yeah, exactly. And, League of Legends has a cool world that they've built out. They've had good lore, but obviously with Marvel, you can make it better. Obviously, if we get Ash, I'm sure we'll see others like Trinamir, Sejuani,
right.
the other like Frostborn or whatever in there.
I will say it has a ton of potential. And it seems, I mean, if they're partnering with Marvel, it seems they're pretty serious about it. Kind of want a well-established world.
Which is kind of why makes sense now why they've been kind of like removing their lore.
Right.
Because they want to kind of refresh it, and if you have Marvel refreshing it, you're probably like, all right, this is kind of the background we had for her. What are you able to do with it? Like, oh, we got you.
Watch this. League of Legends Avengers crossover win.
The new Avenger, Ash.
Ash.
She's kind of like Hawkeye.
I'll say female,
but
Hawkeye.
with ice arrows.
But cold. Perfect.
More Riot stuff. Nike signs a 5-year, $144 million deal with the LPL, which is quite a bit.
That's a lot. It's a lot of money. It is kind of interesting seeing like, well, I guess it's mainly been Nike so far, kind of invest in like gaming things.
Yeah. So they have apparel item. There's a mock-up of possible apparel item that Nike could create for the LPL, specifically for the reigning world champions of Invictus Gaming, and they look fantastic, dude. I don't know if you've looked at them or not.
I haven't seen them.
Ones, they're just mock-ups. I heard that the deal wasn't actually like finalized yet. It's just kind of like
were their shoes?
No, they're jackets.
Oh, okay, jackets.
The white jackets and stuff, and it's got like Invictus on the front with the Nike swoosh, and then on the back it also has the Nike swoosh that says "All About Believing," and then has the cool Chinese characters on it. For Invictus Gaming.
I think that's pretty smart. Oh, I see it now. Those are pretty fresh.
Yeah, and an image spotted on the Nike basketball Weibo page. Uzi was seen wearing a black shirt that said "Dribble and Carry." So
yeah, that's part of the whole campaign for, I think, LeBron's campaign.
Yeah, LeBron. So a lot of stuff going in there. So
very smart. Nike's targeting gamers as gaming becomes extremely mainstream.
Yeah, huge, especially first of all, China market huge. Obviously, period. Get in there, get in that market however you can.
Right, especially first. Like obviously, it's going to be pretty popular.
Yeah, and you're in there first. It'll be harder for a competitor like Adidas or whoever it is that competes with Nike.
Puma.
They're like all so small compared to Nike. It's like,
but it's glad to see, it's always kind of justified when huge ass corporations invest in like gaming and stuff. It's like, all right, yeah, see, we're the real deal. It's only, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, so we see Riot Games and their esport of League of Legends rising, but as we see one rise, we must see one fall. H1Z1 Esports collapses.
Wow.
Who would have saw that one coming?
I, for one, am shocked.
Oh, man. The first season was canceled midway. The second season won't happen. Esports teams go unpaid. So, they've abruptly shut down in the middle of the inaugural season, barely 6 months after starting. Comes at a time when the free-to-play game is struggling to maintain an audience. I feel like they've been struggling for a while. So, yeah, they've just been struggling for a while. This was nothing. This was seen coming. They should have pulled out forever ago.
I would say I feel like H1Z1 should have had the H1Z1's pretty much a PUBG lower version, which PUBG is a lower Black Ops version. So it's like you're pretty down there in quality when it comes to your stuff. That's even ignoring like Fortnite as a big, battle royale. This is like the same, style, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They're definitely not.
They were the first, and they were like on top when they first came out. But then Sony, that was when it was under Sony Online Entertainment. Obviously, that got sold and became Daybreak Games. And then when Daybreak Games took over, a lot of the Sony Online Entertainment people just left. Someone went off to start a new company that are doing an MMO, Ashes of Creation. I know that. And Daybreak Games just kind of killed the game pretty hard, to be like, there's no other way to put it. They just kind of killed it. Like, we used to play it a lot.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun, and then they kept changing it. They got a new map. The map was just nowhere near as fun. Maybe if they added it as a second map instead of just killing the old one for no reason. And then they kept making it more and more arcadey.
Right.
Which I wasn't against the arcade style. I like that, but it was like borderline. And then they just kept changing things, like how bullets worked and guns worked, and it was like,
yeah, the mechanics became completely different from like release to how it is now.
Yeah, and they just kind of killed themselves. So, okay, here we go. There's some stats. Steam charts showed the game having 31,263 average concurrent players for the month of October 2017. For October 2018, it was 2,454. That's 2,050 more than I expected.
You expected 4?
No, 400.
All the devs?
400.
Oh, sorry. That's quite a drop off.
Yeah, I didn't realize they went free to play in March too, I guess so. But that was way too late.
I'll say, when you're a paid game and you're forced to go free to play, that's usually a sign of dead game.
It's not too long until I think PUBG hits that.
Right.
Free to play. PUBG's dying. Battlefield 5 releasing their Battle Royale. It's just going to really Battle Royale. It's already claimed. It's got Fortnite, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Those are going to be your 3.
That's what I was saying. Fortnite was smart. They were smart. They did the arcadey way, the super unique way. Because when you get into like realism, like first-person shooters, there's already 2 big dogs already established. So if they want to implement a battle royale, for damn sure they're going to do it. I mean, Call of Duty obviously did it, and now Battlefield's doing it. So PUBG, I respect that you paved the way, but now you're about to, H1Z1. I respect you paved the way.
The PUBG guy just wasn't an ass hat. The way he talked about everything. Oh, we were the first to sue everyone.
Right. It's like, good job. You guys led the charge. Now you're getting trampled.
That's one way of putting it. Telltale Games for Walking Dead resumes development of the last 2 chapters.
Speaking of dead games.
It's not dead anymore. Developer Skybound Games, which took over the rights of the Walking Dead series, says it has brought back many of the members who originally worked on the game to finish its final season. So obviously, people who like that series are finally going to be able to finish it because, Skybound Bounds game hired these people, so at least they have a little bit more time to work, to have a job, to finish the game while looking for another job. Because obviously, when it's finished, bye again. But it's good for the consumers. Obviously, good for those employees who needed time to find something, and at least we'll have something in the meantime to work on. And the fact that they got a lot of the original people means you can still trust it to be that janky Telltale style.
Janky Telltale. Great description.
That's true. Anyone who's ever played those games knows it's janky.
Yeah.
Just from watching it, you know it's janky.
I can see the jank.
Amplitude co-founder Matthew Gerard has a new studio, Tactical Adventures. So this is the guy who had Amplitude Studio, which worked on Endless Space and Endless Legend, a couple strategy tactical games. I have Endless Legend. It's like Civ. I think it's the one that's like Civ, but way more complex and deep and too much for my simple mind.
Too much for my small brain.
Dude, no, it was like, take this one soldier. Well, he has level ups. He has different skills you can put in. He has different points. Every different type of soldier. Oh, you got these buildings, and it's like set up kind of like a Civ board, and it's like, I'm lost. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about anymore. I was in tutorial. I didn't even understand what the hell the tutorial was talking about. I was like, man, I'm going back to Civ where it's nice and simple.
All right, keep it simple. I need it simple.
Which I obviously respect stuff that can go deep. If I spent more time with it, I just don't have the time to spend in tactical games like that. But his new studio, Tactical Adventures, it's in Paris. They want to make PC role-playing games that blend the rich story of classics like Baldur's Gate with the tactical choices you make in games like XCOM. It's working on a yet-to-be-announced game, one that will use the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition open game license. So this will use some of the base rules, but it won't feature any of the worlds, such as the Forgotten Realms that belong to Wizards of the Coast. So we're going to see not straight-up strategy games as before, but something that blends the role-playing of XCOM and Baldur's Gate. So,
all right.
XCOM, obviously a turn-based, top-down kind of shooter thing. Baldur's Gate's kind of like a Warhammer. Whatever. I can't think right now. I'm dead. I'm trying to think of what it's Warcraft. Kind of like Warcraft, I believe.
Got him.
Warcraft's old, dude. It's old.
Yeah, it is old. We're all old.
Yeah. Shenmue 3 has announced they had $7.1 million in crowdfunding. So, obviously that game's coming out in the summer, I believe. I can't remember the exact date. June, July. Oh, August 2019 is the date for it. So, they brought in here's the exact number. $7,179,510 was raised by 81,087 supporters. So, all big numbers. The crowds obviously want to see this. Fans love the series. I played the first one not too long ago. I'll be playing the second one sometime. Maybe after playing the second one, I'll understand why it's so beloved.
I think it's too late for you.
It was a Dreamcast game, okay? So I didn't have a Dreamcast. And I'm guessing the Dreamcast didn't have a whole lot of games you could be like oh, this is a Dreamcast defining console, right? Shenmue had to be one of the few. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. Maybe it's Shenmue.
This is a Dreamcast classic right here. Stuff
It's
I never
definitely
hear.
a Dreamcast classic, man. I'm playing the remastered edition. They're like, I think I can semi understand it. The story's not bad. It's just so much game.
I'm sure nostalgia's a big factor in it, especially if it's that old.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not like bad by any means. I'm not sure it's one of those games that hold up, but people just want the third one so they can finish the story. You know, that's really what it is. Like, I don't know if too much is like, I've been waiting 20 years to finish this story, and I will have it done.
Let me know how it ends, please.
But I didn't hate it. I didn't mind it. It was like a 6. It was pretty solid, so it's not like, you know, bad or anything. So it was fun. It's not one that I think is like super hypey and worthy, but you know what? I'm sorry for shitting on people's games. Moving on. So there's rumors for the PS5 and a PSVR 2. VR 2. Rumors going on that will be released in 2020. Redditor Ruthenick Cookie, who correctly predicted that Sony would be dropping out at E3, claims that the next-gen PlayStation 5 will be revealed in mid-2019 and reach shelves in either March or November of 2020. And then he goes on to say it will boast a Monster Ryzen 8 core and a price tag of $500. And he claims that the PSVR virtual reality headset will be upgraded and unshackled from its breaker box. Breaker box, it's kind of obnoxious. It's kind of, you know, it's down in the corner of my room. I have it on a separate stand from my PS4. And by a stand, I mean the old cabinet drawer that was on my desk that I removed and put it upside down on the floor for it to rest on.
Perfect.
Nobody wants a fucking drawer on their desk anymore, okay? My desk is from like 72 or something. It's old.
Jesus Christ, you're outdated.
Yeah, but it was free.
Okay.
I've had it since I was a kid. It was like one of my grandparents or something.
VR 2. Where's full dive VR? Is that next?
Eventually, man.
Right,
next 20 years guaranteed.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, this is obviously just a rumor for some. I guess all he did was predict the E3 thing, but I'm sure there are plenty of people who predict somebody's dropping out of E3 right every year. So if it was something more like worthy of a prediction he had right.
How many predictions has he got wrong? Let's go with that. Let me see his record.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
I can just start spewing things.
First of all, that's why I'm like, I don't even think he's. I think it's just obvious that they're gonna. If they pull out E3, it's obvious they're gonna be announcing PS5 next year.
Right.
And it's only obvious that they have a better PSVR to go with it because the PSVR sold really well. Why would they not be making a better one? So it's like not really a. And everyone was already guessing 2020, so I don't know why they pulled him. I guess they could have pulled anyone from a story. Actually, what a worthless story. I should have not read shit about that. You know what? Take that name. I predicted already last week.
Right, I remember that, actually.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Stupid. I'm guessing looking for validation for myself.
Yes. Yes.
Let's just jump onto movies and TV now. Resident Evil movies are getting a reboot.
Wow.
Right after finishing.
The 70th time? I don't know. I feel like there's a million Resident Evil movies.
Oh, there are. This is the first reboot, though. Okay. Greg Russo, who's the screenwriter, says the film will take inspiration from Capcom's most recent entry, Resident Evil 7. So not the same person who did the other Resident Evil movies. I think he's doing the garbage Monster Hunter movie right now. Not even out. It's garbage. 100% guaranteed. I don't need to know. we got guns and Monster Hunter. So Russo said, I'm a huge fan of the franchise, so to work on it was a lot of fun. And they made 6 films before, so when you come back to that and reboot it, you want to do something different and not just a rehash. For me, it was very clear cut that I wanted to go back and make it scary again, like a horror film in terms of classic James Wan style. So that was the pitch, going back and looking at what made the game scary in the first place. So yeah, Resident Evil 7 was a bit of a touchstone for my draft. While he appreciates the over-the-top action that the original franchise went with, he sees the series as a horror first, action second. So he's basically taking it more in the direction that the games go, I guess is what I'm getting out of this. Right. If that's the case, he got inspiration from Resident Evil 7. I would rather him just use that story for a movie. We'll see what he does. What else has Greg Russo done? His name's familiar. They didn't say in the story.
Isn't he
He's a screenwriter, so I got nothing. Mortal Kombat.
I got nothing.
He has nothing on his IMDb. No wonder
Wait, does this say Death Note 2?
For me, I just see Mortal Kombat announced, and then the Untitled Resident Evil reboot, and then Category 6. So just those.
And then I see after. Oh well. So nothing. All right, cool.
Okay, I guess.
You gotta start somewhere, all right?
I was like, man, let me look him up. He's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
It'll probably be a disaster. I'm sick of seeing more Resident Evil movies. Anyway.
Yeah, same here.
Let's go back to the fun story we had last week about the Satanic Temple and Netflix. So they settled. So they sued for what? Like 50 million, I believe it was. 70 million, or whatever a certain amount was. But Netflix settled with them. And they're going to be acknowledging the statue in the credits of the episodes. And the remaining terms of the settlement are subject to a confidentiality agreement. So we won't see how much they paid unless it gets up leaked to sometime. But right now we know they're giving credit to them. And
wow. They did.
Why that even happens, like, I guess you can copyright your statue of your gods. I don't know.
I guess so.
I guess that's how religion works. Is there a copyright on God right now? Can I just go copyright Jesus?
I'm sure the popes beat you to it.
Oh, but did the popes copyright it? Is religion copyrightable?
I don't know, dude. I guess if you are the I don't know. I don't know. That's
Wasn't that just prove it's by man and not by a god?
I mean, I guess.
And just made up. Isn't your whole point is you're on a belief? Now, if you copyright it, it's no longer a belief. It's a fiction story you just wrote, right?
Like I founded Satanism or whatever they were.
Satanic.
I don't know. Satanic something. I don't know, dude. Kind of dumb. I'm gonna make some stuff up and then search through everything ever to see if it's used my god statue, and I'm gonna sue.
Just start drawing some weird shit and be like, this is my religion. Just do a blog about it. Put a copyright on it. Eventually somebody will pull it because like, oh, this guy's never going to notice anything or whatever. Because it's like, oh, it's just a small site there. Never going to... It's probably a dead site or whatever. Yes, it is a dead site, but I'm always going to keep an eye out for it, right? Dead
and then when they use it, got them.
Got them. It's a perfect plan, without a doubt. Let's go to the Lion King live action trailer. Something happened.
My door just does this thing where it shuts on its own. So it spooked me. But then I remembered, oh yeah, it does that.
For those, Logan's head darted really quickly to the side.
Well, I thought someone was opening it, and I was like, oh my goodness. But we're good. We're
Yeah,
good.
so Lion King first trailer. It's gonna be July 19th. Going to be theaters. Do you watch the trailer?
I haven't.
Oh well, it's basically the remake of the original trailer.
I've seen like screen caps of it, so I know how like it looks.
We talked about Lion King before.
I think so. I think
We did. We
brought it
did.
up.
I'm having deja vu. We did, but now we have it a date. I think.
Right, and we have a, I guess, trailer.
Yeah, trailer. Yeah.
Zabing.
Yeah. I don't. Can you call it live action if it's all CGI? Because there's no humans in it, right? So.
Right. That's a good question. I guess it's not live action. It's more of a realistic style, I guess you could say.
But they
Except they
call it
fucking
live
talk,
action,
but
right?
whatever.
So let's jump into this. We're having a movie topic this week.
Okay.
Is CGI live action?
No.
First of all, hear me out here, right? Star Wars. One of the characters was CGI the whole time. A lot of people didn't even know that until
I
after
didn't
the
know
movie.
until after.
Exactly. So to you, that's live action, right? You thought that was a live person, live actor. Obviously, these are animals, so it's not the case. But for a movie like that, Star Wars, or does that have to have a human in it to be live action? I want to say there has to be a human.
I'm pretty sure people just use the term live action to say not animated.
True.
Like,
but isn't CGI animation?
It can be, I guess, because CGI is kind of like a whole. Because like you can have realistic CGI.
Yeah, but it's still animation.
Yeah, yes.
Because that guy was definitely CGI in Star Wars. He was animated there. It wasn't him. He was dead.
He was CGI'd there. I don't know. I'm not a technical Hollywood title critique. It should just be called realistic lying. I guess that doesn't roll off. Live action is just it rolls off the tongue, I guess. Live action. You can't say Lion King not animated. Lion King CGI.
I guess CGI Lion King doesn't sound as good as live actions. But we did see Simba is going to be Donald Glover.
We did see Simba is CGI'd indeed. It is not a real lion.
Yeah, but Donald Glover is the voice actor. James Earl Jones making his reprise for Mufasa. Obviously, that's Darth Vader. Really good voice actor in general, actually. And then Beyonce. It's gonna be whatever the girl's lion name was. I don't remember.
Nala.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty sure it's Nala.
I think Keegan Michael Key is in it too. If I were to guess,
it's not like a pretty I don't want to say all-star cast, but like well-known cast, right?
Yeah, I would definitely with that was right. I'm guessing he would be Simone, if I were to guess, for Keegan Michael Key, just because that fits him. That wild kind of character. I don't
even have Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. I don't know who he is.
John. You don't know who Seth Rogen is?
No. What voice acting?
I was like, wait, what?
no. Because I don't think they announced who everyone is voice acting, just the names in them.
Seth Rogen is here's a list. So Donald Glover Simba, like you said. JD McCrary is young Simba. Beyonce is Nala, like I said. James Earl Jones, Mufasa, like you said. Chiwetel, I cannot pronounce this name. He's Scar. He has the unique name. Billy Eichner, Timon, Seth Rogen, Pumbaa, John Oliver, Zazu, John Canny, Rafiki, and then Eric Andre is also in it as Azizi. Who is that? I don't even remember who that is. Oh, one of the hyenas. Okay. All right. Yeah, but that's a lot of well-known people. My God. And then even the music's by Hans Zimmer, who is also quite the has a strong music. I don't even know what you call it. List. Yeah, there's a lot. There's like 8 big names in here, all for the Lion King.
All right, yeah. Keegan Michael Key will be Kamari, one of the hyenas. So, that makes more sense. I don't say more sense, but it makes sense.
Woo! Get
Yeah,
hyped.
so, woo, more Lion King. I was never like the biggest Lion King fan. I was actually never a huge fan of like Disney stuff too much actually as a kid. Unless like I did like some of the others, obviously like Mulan.
Mulan is amazing.
Emperor's New Groove I liked as a kid actually. But I was more of a Pixar person, and what's the other one? DreamWorks.
Yeah, yes.
And Universal, I think, and Disney are all the 4 big ones. So yeah, so I guess we're getting that. I mean, it is kind of getting to the point where you have a new generations of kid, and they don't really care too much for that old animation style, I guess. To me, I'm still fine with either way. Let me see. Who did this one? I'm trying to look. Yeah.
Who did
DreamWorks was definitely the other ones, because like Road to El Dorado was the one I loved a lot as a kid. Just when it comes to like those animation stuff.
Right. This is turning into a
Yeah, that'd be another topic. Maybe we'll be next week.
Oh, is that a
Say you guys up. Who's the
teaser?
best? Or who's the best to us between Disney, that's Pixar, but we'll leave Pixar out and we'll go with the others. Okay, we'll debate between Disney and DreamWorks.
All right, perfect.
Yeah,
I'm down.
But I think that does it for everything this week.
Woo!
Unless you saw something that I just neglected.
I have not.
I added your 2 posts, okay?
Thank you. I kind of just throw them in here when I see them, so I don't forget.
Yeah, you're always Riot Games ones.
It is almost Riot Games. I did see one for anime, but I'll just save it for next week. We're well past anime. There's no going back now.
Oh, okay.
And I think it literally came out right before we started.
Yeah, I because I do everything like midday, kind of morning, where I pull up all the news stories. So anything that breaks this day, I'll kind of miss.
Right.
But I do go back into the previous Sunday just in case something does drop later or whatever. I can add it for the next week.
Right.
But
don't worry, I got you.
Too late now, so let's just get out of here. Thank you for joining us for another We Be Talking. As always, you can always hit us up in the comments. Email us at couchtalkyt@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at LSButler32 or at Lord Ziltoid or at couchtalkyt. All those
or
words,
all 3.
You know, DM us, whatever. We can always just be sure, let us know suggestions for topics, stories, anything like that. And yeah, sure to like, subscribe, and see you next week. Peace out.
See ya.